Good evening and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Um, um, Liking the video helps the video to circulate. I want you guys to know that I truly appreciate your support. The people that I have coming in that are viewing my videos, it means so much to me. Okay. My subscribers that have been with me from day one, you truly mean a lot. Okay. I wanted to talk about why Jay Prince. Why is he being so quiet about Duke the Jeweler? Okay, now we all know that Duke the Jeweler was taken out in Houston. Of course, there have been mixed reports on where he lived. Some people say he had moved to Houston, but I tend to think that if he was living in Houston, well, I guess his family, he came from Chicago. Maybe he could have. His family came to from Chicago. Reports are to get his body and take it back to Chicago. So that's possible, but um, I tend to think that he was still living in Chicago. Okay, I'm not saying he didn't have a place, but I think Duke flew in to do business. Okay, and I don't know, for some odd reason, I don't really believe that that was Duke's first time meeting um, Boosie or Jay Prince. Now, I know Boosie has been in the news for quite a bit, and there are rumors about Boosie, but there are also rumors about um, Jay Prince too, right? And I was doing some research right before somebody had called me that works for MPD. I'm gonna be doing an update on some stuff as it relates to that in a few. But because we talked for 3 hours, child, I just finished. I was supposed to have been did this video, and but I did a little research. Just looking at the gossip and vlogs and things of that nature as it relates to Jay Prince, because I don't know a whole lot about Jay Prince other than about his father built a substantial amount of wealth. And a lot of people talk about how he got it. Someone was telling me to read his book. I can't remember who it was. His father talked about getting in his book how you con people into signing bad contracts and things of that nature. I think we tend to just worship people that have money so much. And when they say, I've gotten this wealth, because we don't really, stand on principles and values. So even if a person has gotten it out of the mud, but they have gotten it off the backs of cunning people, hurting people, taking advantage of people, we still praise them, right? So I don't though. I'm one of those ones that don't. Okay, when I see a person is grimy and they ain't getting it right, you know, because it's just too many ways to get it right. People don't want to get it right because they want it now. Okay, so they're willing to cut you in your back, take you out, or whatever. And then they'll stand on somebody's soapbox or their own and talk about how I had to suffer to get it. Nigga, you got 50 bodies and they be praised. But he got 50 bodies. Nigga, your daddy missing. Okay? Maybe one of those bodies is your daddy while you praising that Negro. Okay? Okay. So, like I was saying, we tend to respect people based on their position, right? But I was always taught, and I've always been this way. I respect the person first, and then I respect the position, okay? And I think people have got it twisted. They feel like if you don't have a position, you're nothing. When you're supposed to respect the human, okay, and then the position. Because if you respect the person simply because you respect people, I mean, the position that's just normal, right? So that's the type of person I am until they give me a reason not to respect them. If I don't respect you, if I don't respect you as a person, I don't respect damn you and your position. Okay. But I think if we started respecting the man, and when I say man, I'm talking about human, okay? Mankind. Well, not mankind, but humans. Okay. Um, and then the position, you know, that they hold. I think a lot of this chaos that we're seeing would start to dissipate, but that's for another subject. But you know, I did a little research on Jay Prince, and I started reading about, like I said, I went into some little vlogs, the little gossipy sites. Um, and I started reading about, people that was, about him, people that was posting that claims that they live in Houston. And I'll have to say it's allegedly because, these were people that was just posting. And they was talking about how weird he is, how weird he is. And it was talking about trouble that he had been in the past. Okay. And allegedly, and allegedly, he does not take rejection and losing well. Okay. It's funny that I went into that site and this was posted back in early this year, like June, May, June, because supposedly he had put his hands, I'll say allegedly, on somebody, a woman, because of rejection or something. And before people say he got enough money, he ain't got to listen. Let me tell you something. Okay. People with money, especially when they're arrogant, and I know he's arrogant. I've looked at his interviews. When they are used to people being at their beck and call, especially when they got a bunch of Negroes around them. I'm talking about men that ain't got no self-dignity, nothing, okay? Because they want to be aligned with somebody with some money. They'll do anything. That's why when he talk about these shade tree hit men, they might not necessarily want to be a hit man, but this person got some money. And I got to do it if I want to be around them with some money, you know. So when you have women that will do, because there are women that will do anything for some money, but when you have somebody with some self-respect and that's got something going for themselves, and you're not used to being turned down, if you're already an arrogant mofo, and you got issues, of course, you know, right? Jay Prince is in that juniors comes to in an era where a lot of them in his age bracket on down believe that they need to pop somebody. They feel like it makes them look bad, especially if they've been boosted up like they the damn man. Okay, so miss me with that. He got too much money. Everybody don't want his ass, and y'all don't know him personally enough to make that analysis on whether it's true or not. That's why I said allegedly. And I sure ain't gonna judge it by based on if a person got some damn money. Most people with money that can get anything, they lust and obsess over what they can't have because they used to being that their money is able to get them everything. Okay. So miss me on that one. Okay. Because I've been around people with money a lot. Okay. So back to Jay Prince. So I was reading and I was reading some more stuff. And I'm usually not fooled by people. I'm not fooled by Boosie. I know Boosie. I believe Boosie done did some stuff in the past. I definitely believe it. But Boosie came out swinging. You know, he tried to disassociate himself with it. Even if he wasn't involved, and I don't know if he was, I wasn't out there. For somebody say, he was out there with him. How come you ain't went and told the damn police? Because if I don't know, because I wasn't out there. But if you gonna tell me that that means you had your ass out there. I have to go ahead and get people straight before they start posting in my comments that BS. Okay, trying to be accusatory. All right. So, but it's something about Boosie. I've always said that there was a guilt of wait a minute now. I think he wanted people to know that they didn't do it. I don't know if to say that he didn't know anything. I wouldn't say that because I don't necessarily believe that, but I don't know. But I was always very suspicious of Jay Prince Jr. even when he was standing his ass up at that table. Okay, when people saying, "Well, he ain't got to do this," people with money do some of the most heinous stuff. Okay, and now in this day and time, they're getting people their money. They're using their money to get people who ain't got a damn thing to do their dirt for them. Okay. And they sit back and smirk about it. That's what's going on now. Okay. And I've always felt like he was involved, and I know, some people say, well, he didn't get clearance. When I walk into Texas, Houston, I mean, I ain't getting clearance from nobody. Okay. And who's to say, because, God has not come back yet. So, and I understand what people would say, well, that's just how it is. Well, that's just how it is. That's how they do it, but that ain't how it is. That's just how they do it. Okay? It's practice. It's not policy or law. Okay? And I think that's what people get it confused. And the street people, they think another way. But one thing that I was never fooled by, okay, was that Jay Prince Jr. Okay, I was not fooled by Jay Prince Jr. I think Jay Prince Jr. is extremely content with allowing Boosie to get all the blame. Okay, and Boosie can't say anything, but because I've seen Boosie, and I'm not saying Boosie is innocent. Don't take it as I'm saying that he's innocent. But I've listened to Boosie talk about how you can't say anything. You don't go chopping your lips to the police and things of that nature. So it's just an unfortunate thing, you know, if he knows something or if he did something as it relates to Duke. But Jay Prince stood his ass up there and they say lost his damn money. Okay. To Duke the jeweler, he at least had a respect for him to be in their space and to, even if he didn't know him, and that's hard for me to believe. Okay, I don't believe Duke would have took as much jewelry as they are saying that he had to a bunch of Negroes that he didn't know anything about, because Duke is from out of Chicago. I'm sure he know dudes to line you up. Even those with money can be garbage. Okay, just because you got money, it don't mean you don't have a garbagey mentality. We're forgetting now. Jay Prince is the person that they've used to finesse 2 times to line him up. Okay, with Moneybag Yo them. Hey, that's just what I believe. I'm not saying it's law. I'm just saying that's what I believe. Right? So it's hard for. That's why I can't understand why people, and this man has a history of stuff. That's why I can't believe people are excluding him from this and putting it all at Boosie's feet. They were in Houston, okay? And it will be easier for me to believe that what are they called? Houstonians? What are Houston people called? Houstonians? Houstonians, I don't know. That is familiar with Houston, that is very comfortable. Okay. They will walk up on him and do that to him. I believe that that Jay Prince lost $100 and something thousand dollars. That is what was in the atmosphere, and it's believable. And I believe he won his money back. Because see, what people forget is, when they started talking about Jay Prince's father is the one that's a multimillionaire. Jay Prince Jr. is just his son. Okay. I'm sure he grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth. I'm sure he took care of his children. But he might be one of those ones that's making his son prove himself. I ain't saying he ain't got no money, but $100,000 is, that jewelry. I just kind of, even if he didn't tell him to do it, you know, I just don't believe that he gave a damn. And I kind of believe, if I had to believe it was a crew, me, I would believe that it was more so Jay Prince's crew. Okay, that's just my opinion. It don't be true. It don't have to be true, but that's just what I believe, and I believe Boosie know about it. Okay, or they could have both been involved, but I see Boosie getting all the flack, and people are forgetting about Jay Prince Jr. Okay, and Jay Prince Jr. was the one that was sitting, was gambling with him, and I do believe he lost to him. Okay. And when people say, well, he rich, he got money. Well, you have to understand the mentality of people. I told you I was just reading, and it was just some little gossipy vlogs about, when people say they live in Houston and how Jay Prince worked, how low down he is. I'm talking about Junior. Okay. So it's not, it don't seem that far-fetched to me, that he and his crew would line Duke up. They're being absolutely quiet. Any decent person, I know for me, even if I didn't know Duke and I had stood up at the pool table while we saw him gambling and lost somewhat of 100,000. Those are the reports. I would have the decency to say, damn, on my vlog, on my Instagram. Okay, that's messed up, dude. I didn't know him like that. Cool dude. Rest in peace to him. He never said nothing. The mere fact this was a jeweler that was well known, that was just in my presence. Of course I would have did it. I think any decent human being would have. Instead, you go silent and act like it never happened. Boosie is left defending himself, saying that ain't our low. That ain't our stilo, man. I don't know if I believe all that. But I just don't believe if he's involved, and I have to say allegedly. I don't believe he acted alone. I would believe that whoever lived there and was comfortable with the setting, with that city, would do something like that. Okay. That's why I believe Jay Prince and crew did it. I do, and I if I had to believe anything, I mean, I could be wrong, just based on how Jay Prince's act. It seems to be hitting Boosie hard because he sees that Jay Prince is okay with letting him take all the blame. I mean, why wouldn't he? Boosie has done quite a bit of stuff, and it was definitely shady. It was definitely, shady. Okay. And for Boosie to try and disassociate himself from him, that's what makes, in the beginning, man, that, he seemed like a cool dude. I just met him that night, as if, without giving the backstory of why Duke was there. He kind of tried to disassociate himself in the very beginning. I just met that dude that night, so what he did, that's how you know what you know, that he's not innocent in this. Okay. But I definitely believe that and it could have been somebody in Boosie's crew that helped to line him up too. But I just kind of believe, in my opinion, and I'll say allegedly, okay, I don't know if it's true, but if I had to believe anything, I would believe that Jay Prince's crew took the lead on that. Okay. And he's being quiet because they are extremely comfortable with letting Boosie take the fall on that one. Okay, that's just how I feel. I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel. It's gonna be interesting though. Y'all need to go check out some of this stuff. Jay Prince wants to prove himself to his father, but he seems to be a arrogant hood. Okay, money does not automatically make you classy. Okay, I don't care how much expensive jewelry or shoes or clothes that you put on. You see how the young man acts, how he talks, and how he seems to be with some of these record labels. Just check out his page. We're helping to line up some of these artists that could potentially be a threat. You know, he's in good with one. He seems like he's well connected with one record label, and they well in it. They lining these artists up that's hungry like Finesse. And I think the only reason why we haven't heard anything from it seems like when he signed, he kind of got they kind of sizzled his flame. Okay. But I think the only reason, you know, why nothing has happened at this point is because everybody's eyes is on it. You know what I mean? I think once eyes are off of Finesse, you know, they might try and pull one on him. Okay. So hopefully he'll have his eyes open. But as far as Duke the Jeweler, you know, Jay Prince has been very quiet. And I maintain that. Okay. This is just my view and my opinion. Of course, I don't necessarily believe that Boosie is guilty. I mean innocent. Okay. Because we already know, you know, that Boosie is known for doing things. Okay. So that's the reason why people are so hard on him. Jay Prince automatically went quiet. Ain't said dog cat. He was cool standing up there playing pool. I hate my city did this. This is Houston. You know, I wish my city would not have done this. Or you know, he claims to be about progression of the African American race. He ain't said a damn thing. Act like it never happened. It's something wrong with that. Okay. But anyways, it's probably gonna get more interesting, and I'm gonna be waiting to see. Okay. All right, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. As I said, I want to thank all of my new subscribers. I do. Um, it means a lot to me, you know, to have people coming to my channel, to hear my commentary. It does. All of my subscribers that have been with me from the very start, that rock out with me, I appreciate you so much. I do. I appreciate your support as I do my best to bring you the truth and good commentary. That's what I do over here. Okay. All right, you guys. I think I'm gonna post up another video because, as I said, I talked to somebody for 3 hours. So, all that I can talk about, I'm gonna put it in a blog. Okay. All right, you guys. Talk to you later.